Good morning, happy peoples. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I think this is going to be a normal where I come out here and start the vlog. Listen to that. Listen to that. There was a comment on our last video about the dripping of all the snow and all the melting and where does it all go and stuff, and how do we keep it away from our house. And when you build a house, you have to make sure that you have a grade. So you grade your dirt. So you want to have that grade slope away from your house. So when we brought in all of our dirt, we made sure that our house was up higher than the rest of our land. So we built our house up and then we sloped it all out so everything runs away from our house. So that was a really good question. And yes, I saw the other comment, gutters. Gutters are definitely something I want, but not something we can necessarily afford. That's kind of a nicety that we put on sometimes later, sometimes being the key there, because a lot of times we don't put them on. But I really, really want them on because look at what it did to my porch. That is my stain that is getting peeled up due to all the dripping of the water. So if I had a gutter, wouldn't do that. Looks like I'm restaining my porch this summer, but nonetheless, some really great questions. Thank you for all of your guys' feedback and support on the last video, especially in regards to our hoodies. I'm really excited. You guys seem to still want them, so we'll see how everything transpires when they actually get here. But I wanted to keep you guys updated to let you know where we were kind of at and what our thoughts were, and maybe just sharing it with you guys so you guys could give us your opinion and your thoughts on it. So, pull all this off. Guys, I'm wearing jeans today. I know. Winning. Not really. Who wears jeans in quarantine? You want to be truthful? It's because my leggings are all dirty, so that's why. Guys, I don't know about you, but I was super motivated, right? I was super motivated the start of this quarantine life. I was like, dude, I'm going to get so much done. This is going to be awesome. Then we started traveling into the 2-week mark, the 3-week mark, the 4-week mark, and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to clean. I don't want to organize. I don't want to do nothing. There's only so much of that you can do, right? But no, my house is... Nonetheless, we have got a fun video for you today. We have decided to head on into North Pole, safely, of course, staying in our vehicle. The only places that we go really into is the post office. We don't get mail delivered to our home, so we have to go into the post office. So yeah, we're gonna go do that, but then we thought we would give you a tour, almost in a sense, of what North Pole is looking like right now during this time. What's open, what's closed, what the town is looking like these days. A lot of our businesses have closed, but to keep in mind, a lot of North Pole is food. We have a lot of food businesses in our little North Pole area. So we'll take you down, show you what everyone's doing, and then we're gonna probably talk to our mayor. We're gonna maybe give him a call or give him a FaceTime and kind of see what he is thinking for our area, some of maybe the plans of what we're looking at doing for our area. Maybe just kind of how the inner workings of everything is going on during this time. So we thought that would be really informative and neat, maybe for you guys to know what our area is kind of doing, what the plans are, and all the things. My husband is overworking. We're trying to do some school. Our internet is still poo. But we're doing like book work nonetheless. We're doing on some book work. We're doing just flashcard work. We're doing all those things. Us begin our day. I think I'm gonna call my mom and we're going to do some, I'm gonna show her how to make that fun coffee that I made in the last vlog, because she's like, hello, what is that? You need to show me. So I took her some of the items yesterday and yeah, so she's gonna make that. So we'll go show her how to make the fun floofy whippy coffee.
Hi.
You ready to make some coffee?
I think so. I need it. Today feels like a Monday.
It's getting frothy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was aggressive on the little French vanilla. That really just does it right up. Yeah, I'll be drinking this all day. I'm only going to drink about half.
Good
Pretty
choice.
close, but yes.
You're welcome.
Dirt! Dirt!
Dirt! What? Dirt!
Like mud.
It's gonna be very long. You kids have fun and be good and listen to the Nana Bear.
We're just going to North Pole. Okay. Bye.
All right, kids are dropped off at Nana's place. Nana has been under pretty much extreme lockdown for what, 3 weeks or so?
Yeah, 3.5. I think she's coming up on 4.
And I would say that's what we have been as well.
She's gone to her work twice after everyone has left and went into the back door
2 days later.
2 days after
Yeah.
the last person was in there. So she's pretty, like, she hasn't gone to the store, she hasn't gone to the post office, she hasn't gone to any restaurants, she hasn't gotten any coffee carts, nothing.
Yep.
So that's why we feel a little bit comfortable starting to
There, and we've been
Move
pretty
around a
tight
little
as
bit.
well, so I don't
Right.
think we're infecting her. We were told, right, it's been 4 days.
4 days. I was watching the news. Our Fairbanks mayor was talking about it. 4 days since our last confirmed case in the interior. So in
Yeah,
Fairbanks.
That's awesome.
That's
Fairbanks,
really
North
great.
Pole,
Fairbanks,
the whole
North Pole
interior.
area. Yep,
Yeah.
right there. And that is so good.
But what are we doing now?
We are going to head on into North Pole. We've got some banking to do. We might brave the post office. We brought some masks. My awesome mother-in-law made us some masks, so I grabbed those real quick. She made some for all the kids too, stinking cute. So I stole Buddy's because mine. I was gonna wash mine. Who would have thought, guys, that this would be a thing? That this would be a thing 2 months ago.
I know.
Oh, we should go make masks. No. I should have brought my mask that I made to go drop off in North Pole.
Is today a drop-off
I
day?
think so.
We can still do that between 6 and 8.
Oh yeah, 6 and 8. Okay, let's hurry so I can
Right.
go do that.
Well, since we got to go do banking anyway, we thought we'd maybe show you guys what North Pole, downtown North Pole, looks like right now under a shelter-in-place with limited businesses. However, a lot of businesses are actually considered essential because they sell food.
Yep, they sell food there, so
It probably won't look a whole lot different.
probably won't. Because you've got a grocery store right there, you've got McDonald's, you've got Wendy's.
Santa Claus House, I'm pretty sure, is shut down. though.
That's shut down.
We'll go verify. Let's go
Yeah,
check
let's
all
go
this
check
out.
it out. See what we got going on in the old North Pole.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Okay, so we thought we'd put our mask on. We're not coming in contact with anybody. I hope you can understand what I'm saying, but we want to be a good example to people if they happen to see us. This is our Santa Claus house, and during this time, generally, it's like hustle and bustle. Like there is tourists here, especially this time of year. They're starting to kind of come in. It's starting to get warmer. Look at the ginormous tree. It's beautiful. We're gonna go read their little statement out here, but this,
There's not one car
Not
here,
one car.
person, no one's working. I mean, I know having like Disneyland shut down, I couldn't imagine that, but to us, this is like our Disneyland.
This
It's
is like
shut
our
down.
fun little place where the kids like to come, and it's just, I don't know, it's nice. So let's see what they say. So, due to the current global health crisis and for safety of our staff and public, we are closed. We plan to reopen May 1st. However, we will update this message should that change. We apologize for any inconvenience. So they are planning on opening, so that's encouraging.
Well, the governor needs to lift the guidelines. So we've actually going to go talk to the mayor here.
Yep.
In a little bit once he has some time, and we're going to ask him about what the mayor of the city of North Pole is doing and the state. Maybe give us an update because things have been changing so fast. And but it's great news, but not having a case for 4 days.
That's huge. That's really, really encouraging.
Let's go show you guys around a little more and see what else is open. And but this is just very sad to see.
It's very sad.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
And what I am seeing here is we're probably maybe 30% less traffic for this time of day that we're used to seeing.
Because it's 5:30 right now, so it's kind of like a rush
This is our
hour.
rush. When you see more than 3 cars in a row, that's how you know it's a rush hour here. And what, maybe as much as half the people, maybe 30-40% of the people are wearing masks.
Yeah,
And
surprisingly.
you got to understand, Alaskans don't. Normally, we don't like to be told what to do. That's why we live in Alaska, right? And these guys are taking it very serious, which is really awesome to see.
Really cool.
So
All right, so we are actually going to head on over and speak to our mayor. We're either maybe going to go to City Hall or to his house. We don't know if we're going to do it just on like phone or if we're going to actually see him in
I
person.
think we can stay 6 feet apart.
You think we can do 6 feet apart?
Yep.
Okay. We want to get his take on what his thoughts are, what's going on in the North Pole area, because this is what affects us. So
And he's worked with the governor and talked to the governor, so
I think they're getting ready to have a big meeting actually with the governor tomorrow.
awesome.
As a lot of the public officials are getting ready to have like a meeting of the minds, if you say, on what next? What's the next steps? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna open? What are we gonna allow? There's different things that are coming down
And
the
things are
pipe.
happening fast, guys. We would love to
know.
hear where you are in your state, because it sounds like the governors are taking measures into their own hands based off of the needs for their area.
Right. President just basically said, okay, by May 1st, they're gonna alleviate a lot of their rules, their control, and they're gonna allow each state governors to make their own decisions on what they do, because, you know, our situation is much different than, say, New York.
Right.
I mean, just by sheer numbers that are there. So to say that we need to operate the same way that they're operating doesn't really make sense. So, but handling it super wise. I'm hoping that all governors are going to be handling this very,
and
very wise.
pray for your governors.
Definitely.
Pray for those that are
Definitely.
in authority over us. We really need God's hand in this. I really do feel that.
Right.
Go talk to the mayor and see what he has to say. All right, we're sitting here with the mayor of North Pole. Of course, you guys have seen Mr. Mike Welch. We appreciate your time. So help us out. What is the state? What is the city of North Pole doing?
The city of North Pole is following the mandates established by the state of Alaska from the governor and the Department of Health and Social Services. And one of the examples of one of the amendments is mandate number 5, what are essential medical services and what are not. So we're now going to be allowed to go back and see everything from acupuncturists to massage therapists, physical therapy, things of that nature. And so that's pretty well defined, and so we follow those rules. The one thing I'm trying to urge people to do is when they go out and about, like when I leave this porch, when I leave my truck, or when I leave City Hall and go about, and I don't go about that much, but when I do that, I wear a mask. And so that I practice not only cleaning my hands, but also safe distancing.
Now, is that a mandate here by the city, or is that just
it's by
an
both?
encouragement?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah. But the urging is what we're doing as far as the mask. The masks
Okay.
have not become mandatory yet. Now, as of today, in the interior of Alaska, well, we'll define it even further. Fairbanks has approximately 64 cases, and City of North Pole has 15 cases, and Eielson Air Force Base is part of it. So we have not gained any new cases in 4 days.
That's
So
amazing.
that's pretty good. The state of Alaska is pushing up on 300 cases, and we've had 9 deaths across the state. Well, we think we've pretty much bent the curve, but we're not ready to come out of it yet as far as the interior. And I'm sure the governor will still have a mandate that will cover the entire state. It's no use to try to cherry pick and say this part of this city or this region will be allowed to do whatever. He's got, pretty much for the simplicity of it, one size fits all. Now, where you can go and look at those mandates is there's a dashboard, and if you just Google about 12 noon every day, it's updated. So it shows you where all the new cases are, how many people are hospitalized from it, what the death rate has been, how this was conducted, how many tests have been done, and how many are still outstanding.
So this is the dashboard they can go to, State of Alaska's website,
Yes.
and give us all that information. That's awesome. So in driving around North Pole, I mean, obviously we have a lot of restaurants. It looks
yeah.
like it's mostly takeout though, right? Are there any seating, or
There's
is it
no
only
seating.
takeout?
No, the mandate was that all those are considered non-essential. And so the only way that you can have food, you cannot go in and sit down. You cannot go and sit down at a bar or any of those things, but you can take out.
Driving around your town of North Pole, the city of North Pole just now, there was a tremendous amount of masks. I was actually surprised. Maybe
North
almost
Pole's
half
been
the
doing
people.
good. North Pole, I'm very proud. And so we've kept ourselves contained. So we do believe that we've flattened the curve, so to speak, but it's still too premature to know exactly. But today at noon was our 4th day in a row that we haven't had any new cases added. And I would say by somewhere around 10 days from now, we'll know exactly how effective we've been with this. So I'll tell you about businesses. One of the important things is that there's another wave of small business administration loans. We'll be talking with the governor about that tomorrow. This part, 86% of the people that are in businesses that are tourism-related businesses, they're 5 or less employees. So they really are small businesses. We call one of the big companies HAP, which is Holland American Princess Cruises. They've already announced they will not be coming to Alaska this year. So if it's on your bucket list, you might not get here until the fall, if you even get here then. So a lot of communities are dependent upon that tourism. Ours being one of them. Look at it from our businesses being closed. Of our $6.4 million budget, we have $4 million to come from sales tax, and we think we'll be lucky to get $2 million out of it.
Wow.
This year.
Just to recap then, as far as the city of North Pole, are there any requirements on top of the state guidelines that are being enacted, or are we just simply following the state guidelines?
Well, the only thing that we've done that we have the authority to do, I had the authority to do, was to close City Hall and to say until approximately May 4th, we won't be having meetings with the public. We'll have them either email in their considerations, their concerns, or they'll telephone. I think our next meeting is going to be on April the 27th, and that'll be closed to the City Hall, but it won't be closed to the public because they'll still be able to email the clerk. They'll be able to pick up a packet or go online and see the packets.
What can we do here as a community in the city of North Pole? What can we do to help with the current situation?
What we can do is follow the guidelines established by the state. If you have any questions about the guideline, you can go to our website, northpolealaska.com, or you can go to the state. It has all the mandates from the governor, and we're following that. So we're asking people to stay at home when they can. Try to stay home as much as you can till we break the curve here. We're pretty much flattening it as it is because we've already gone 4 days without an increase. We think we're doing it because we're maintaining social distance, we're staying at home. When we do go out, we're wearing masks. We're sanitizing our hands, and if you do happen to have feeling that you might have symptoms, you call the hotline. 458-2888 is the hotline number, and they will ask you a series of questions to determine what your symptoms are, and if they think that you are problematic with that, they will direct you and give you a time certain to be at a drive-in on the corner of Noble and 9th Street, across from TBC.
So that's where all the drive-ins are happening in one place right now?
That's pretty much so. And one of the best things that's happened so far to speed up the turnaround time, so it's not 7 to 10 days, but it's more likely to be in 3 to 4 days. They're flying your swab sample to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. God bless the Mayo Clinic. And so we're very fortunate to have that partnership with Mayo.
Yeah.
The Fairbanks Health Partners and the Tanana Valley Clinic specifically have that partnership with them. So they're doing our labs for us, because our state virology labs are very understaffed right now. This has been great. So stay home. If you do go out and about, wear your mask. Be kind to people, and be totally appreciative. Thank God that you have a good medical community here, and that people are looking out for each other.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I would shake your hand, but I don't think we can do that today.
No, we
air
can't
high
do that.
five. There we go. Boom.
There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Sorry, a little different video than you're used to seeing from us today, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of do a quick drive around, show you what our town is. We'd like to see how maybe your town or your city is. Love to hear from you about that. Sounds like some big changes are coming here tomorrow, so that's interesting.
I'll be curious to see what all of them come up with, what their thoughts are, because I think it's more of like, okay, how do we move forward? I think Alaska really, why they encouraged us to start so soon is because they wanted to get their medical system up to par. They wanted to try so hard because we have limited medical facilities
here in Alaska. We probably have the smallest medical system out of any state in the country.
Yep, because we can't just drive to the next state over, you know, we're kind of stuck here, right? So I think they were like, okay, we need to get on this early, we need to get our PPE, we got to get everything kind of like real soon, real soon. And I think that was super, super smart. So now it's just more of like, okay, we feel like we got a little bit of a handle. When you heard the mayor talking about like that graph, like that website that you can go to, and it shows like how many different things, like how many ventilators we have, how many beds we have available, how many ICU units we have. I think that is like huge, like being able to see that we have a lot still available.
The easiest thing is when we're sharing this information, wherever you are watching this, there's probably something at least a little bit similar happening one way or the other in your. So it's crazy. It's crazy how
that we
people all over the world
connect.
We're all kind of fighting through this situation.
So weird. But relatable, guys.
I
it just gives us something to talk about. You know, this is going to be I walked 5 miles barefoot uphill to get to school. This will be our story.
We are all making history.
This is our.
You are making history living through this time.
Yep. We're excited to see things come down the pike. Really happy with how Alaska is doing, how we're operating, how we're functioning. And I'm curious to see. I've been watching a lot of lives when the governor goes live. I've been watching our local mayors. I've been watching a lot of stuff, just seeing it transpire. And I think they have a pretty good handle for the most part what I'm seeing. Now we've got to assess, and we don't want to move too fast. We don't want to open up too quickly like the mayor had said. We want to kind of ease into it and be really, really smart. So we're excited, but wanted to show you what our good old town looked like during this crazy time. All right, we're going to go get the kids now. I'm going to pick them up from Nena. I'm going to feed this one.
I'm hungry.
He's cranky. He's angry, guys.
Feed me!
Eat some barbecue
I'm not
chicken.
angry!
Let us know in the comments below if you have any ideas or things you would like to see from us. And I know our life has been a little limited, and we're trying to make content that is relatable and useful and beneficial to you guys during this time. So let us know, comments below. We'd appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You know it's true, no matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold